My hat's off to Coach Crum up at Greensboro. It's his first year. Before the game, he was like, we're not worried about Hurricane Matthew. We're worried about the air raid hurricane that's raining down points on everybody right now. And I said, we got some seniors and they're playing well, and we're excited about that. But I just appreciate Coach Crum and the AD up there at Greensboro moving quickly, understanding that we were going to have a lot of guys affected by the hurricane, probably more so than they were, moved the game up for us. We were able to play it and get it in. And that was a big deal because last year this time we missed the Averett game.
Right.
And, of course, Averett and Methodist did not move their game up, and they didn't play.
Yep. So those games are going to be lost to them for the season. Let's take our first break. When we come back, we've got lots more to talk about as we have a big victory against Greensboro on the road, and we'll talk about what's coming up. But right now you're listening to the Coach Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. We're live here from Marisol. Having a great time tonight. I invite you to come out and join us. It's a festive atmosphere, as it always is. In our next break, we got Martha Perkle from LaGrange College going to join us to talk about some of the upcoming homecoming events. But, Coach, the Road Warriors do it again. We're 3-2 in the season. We get a big conference win against Greensboro on, again, a short week heading up there. But I tell you what, I'm so proud of the way your guys play. But that second quarter, I was following along with some streaming. Man, there was a lot of scoring going on in that second quarter.
Yeah, I was kind of like, well, here we go again. Let's have another shootout. But, my hat's off to Coach Chambers and the defensive guys for going into halftime and making the adjustments that they needed to make and coming out and pitching a shutout in the second half, which was really good because I know even though our guys adjusted well, I know they were tired. I know it was a long, quick trip, and so it was one of those games where, you really just didn't want it to come down to the last second, like we had done against Averett.
Right.
And so defense did a tremendous job, and continued to continue to put up points.
I'm so proud of the way they bounced back to after a tough loss. I mean, when you go into 4 overtimes, and it was a rough time for the guys, but to bounce back off of that, play lights out in the second half with defense and not letting them get on the board.
Yeah, and to just play 4 days later after they had lost a 4 overtime game to Averett, they did a great job, and that's. The resilience of this team, being a little bit older, having 18 seniors and having 15, 16 juniors has really helped, and that makes a huge impact.
Of course, the offense. I think Connor Blair did another excellent job. Didn't break all the records as he's done every other week, seems like, but he did so consistent and also spreading the ball around so well. But also the special teams. You got Josh Hardrick almost went all the way back on your special teams. Your guys really like to bring some excitement to the special teams program.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Coach Greg Ryan has done a tremendous job with the special teams, and he's a graduate assistant for us at LaGrange College. And so what I did this year was I made him special teams coordinator. So he may be like the only GA that actually has a coordinator title in the college football game.
That'll look good on a resume later on.
I told him, I said, you are really special. You're lucky I like you because, I've given you this coordinator title. I said, now just don't mess it up, okay? But he's done a tremendous job with these guys. We're actually number one in the nation in kickoff returns. So in 5 games, we've returned 2 for touchdowns, and Josh Hardrick was 3 yards away from returning the third. So we've had a 94-yard kickoff return, which set the new record, and then 2 weeks later, Keon Button does it again with a 99-yard kickoff return. And then give it to Greensboro. They said, well, we're just going to be smart enough not to kick it to that Keon Button kid, and they kick it to Josh Hardrick, and he runs it back 88 yards to the 3. So it's Greg's done a great job with him, and so Josh Hardrick is our Hutchinson Trailer Special Teams Player of the Week with the 88-yard touchdown return.
Tremendous job. Again, going back to some of the folks he threw the ball around to, Marcellus Jackson continues to be such a special receiver for you. 7 catches for 141 yards. He's averaging over 20 yards a catch. He's definitely somebody you can always go to when you're in need.
Yeah, so our Kemp's offensive player of the week is Marcellus Jackson. Again, 2 weeks in a row.
That was not a segue. I would just point out.
No, it was good. You did good. I mean, but Marcellus has been lightning the last 2 weeks. And for people that haven't seen his 2 touchdowns the last 2 weeks, I mean, you need to go out there on our website and look at these things. Go out at USA South, Plays of the Week. I mean, he makes 10 people miss every time he's on the field. And it's just the will, and I talked to the guys already starting this week. I said his desire and will to win. And these guys are playing with it right now. Marcellus did a great job for us.
Well, these aren't necessarily the players of the week, but I want to mention your rushing staff because you had a lot of guys out in the backfield, but you had some young guys have to step up and carry the ball for you.
We did, so this week Drew Lewinsky was out. Nick Searcy was back. Lord Smith is still kind of banged up. So Brendan Scott has gotten some good carries for us as a freshman. That's great to see him doing having success. I think he had one for 13 yards.
Yep.
The other one was our backup quarterback who actually got to start the game on offense because we ran it back. Hardrick ran it back to the 3, and we went ahead and put Alex Scott in. And we've done some misdirection run plays with him, and he ran into the end zone for his first touchdown as a freshman in college. So he was really excited.
It had to feel really good to start the ball game.
I hip bump the guys when they're coming off when they score a touchdown. And my wife said, "You're scoring way too many points. You're doing too many of these. You're way too sore on Sunday to continue this way of going on." And Alex, I'm telling you, this kid was so excited. He about took me out. So, but I'm not going to stop doing it.
No.
The kids love it, and I love it, and it brings enthusiasm and excitement to it.
Well, and that's the big part of it. Let's go ahead and talk about the defensive side because you've got some guys that are just playing lights out. I know Quentin Dixon had a great ball game, Jordan Daniels, but Fabian Ryan really stepped up in this contest.
Our BSN Defensive Player of the Week is Fabian Ryan, and Fabian has just been solid. I mean, he's always up there at the top in tackles. His energy, his excitement level when he gets in the backfield and makes tackles for loss or sacks, he just gets everybody cranked up, and that's how Fabian's done. On the other side, I got to kind of slash with Fabian was Demetrius Rogers had a great game, and I actually talked to Demetrius last week. I said, Demetrius, will you please be more visible? I said, you're doing your job, but let's make it more visible. Let's make more plays. And he did it. And Demetrius did a great job and was in the backfield a lot and made a lot of big plays.
Well, I will say that it's one of the attributes of your defense is you guys swarm around the guy. Once somebody's got a hold on him, you got 5 or 6 guys that just light him up.
Yeah, just pursuing to the ball and being there. And that's, one thing our defense hasn't really done a great job of this year is getting turnovers, but they're there. And so if they keep doing that, they're going to start creating some of those.
All right. We'll talk more about this contest. We'll also look ahead to what's coming up, but we're going to look a couple of weeks ahead to homecoming. We're going to be joined by Miss Martha Perkle from LaGrange College in our next break. But right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
Have you eaten at Summit Grill? Well, then tomorrow is your day to enjoy some biscuits in the morning. And for lunch, grab the blue plate with 3 sides and a drink. What? You want hand-breaded fresh chicken? Summit Grill has it. Let's say you want to feed the whole crew. Large orders are no problem. Chicken with bone-in or chicken tenders, Summit Grill's got you covered. 2 locations on West Point Road next to Pegasus Parkway in LaGrange, or on State Road in West Point, Georgia, next to Frisky Whiskey. Come eat with us at Summit Grill.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. I'm Jack Mormon, got Coach Matt Mumme beside me. We've been joined by the lovely Miss Martha Perkle from LaGrange College. And Martha, tell everybody what you do up there at LaGrange College.
Well, I find opportunities for our alumni community to have fun and meaningful engagement with the college.
So anything that we have fun doing is because of you.
Absolutely. Everything is fun that we do at LaGrange College.
It sure
and
is.
Meaningful.
Well, I tell you, the atmosphere before a game at home is always so much fun with a lot of the tailgating that's going on. I get to see you and Tom, your husband Tom, your lovely husband Tom, there in pregame a lot of times. But we've got the big activity of the year, the homecoming coming up in a couple of weeks, and it begins before the game on Friday and travels all the way through the weekend.
Right, exactly. Activities begin on Friday. On Friday afternoon, we have the Tom Duckett Golf Tournament, and every year the teams sell out, so expect a big crowd. If you haven't gotten your team yet, please contact us, and we'll find you a spot. But something different we're adding this year, we're partnering with Sweetland for a concert Friday night at the Amphitheater.
Oh, man, if you haven't had a chance to go to Sweetland Amphitheater, it is a wonderful venue. Go up there, and I've seen a couple of pretty nice events. I got to see Need to Breathe a couple of weeks ago. But we got some big folks coming in. Tonic is coming in, and also Driving and Crying. If you're a kind of late 80s, early 90s guy, Driving and Crying has been around for a long time. So that's going to be a great concert.
Absolutely. So if you haven't purchased your tickets yet, there's still some available. There's different prices and also opportunities if you want to buy tickets for the VIP suite. So don't miss this chance. We're making history, breaking. Our theme this year for homecoming is Rock the Hill.
Oh, and these two bands will definitely do that. Now, as we move into Saturday, we're going to have a lot of activity, a lot of places people can visit. Of course, there's the new West Side Music Facility. And it's just amazing what they've done in turning that building around. There'll be a lot of places for alumni to come and visit some of the changes that have gone on LaGrange College's campus.
Absolutely. We're going to have open houses on Saturday from 11 to 1. We'll have Total West Side showing the nursing facilities and the music facilities.
I forgot about the nursing, yep. Mm-hmm.
In addition, Lamar Dodd Art Center is going to be open. And then our new fraternity court is going to have an open house from 11 to 1. So we hope the whole community, not just the LaGrange College alumni, we hope the whole community will come out and see these wonderful facilities that have been renovated in the past few years.
Pouncer will be out there. Of course, the Pouncer Bouncy House. That's hard to say. Pouncer Bouncer House. It'll be out there for the kids to come out before the game. But even across the way, you're going to have a lot of folks that are going to really be enjoying that tailgating. You and I have talked. We'll try to have our broadcast live over there so the people on the other side can hear us as we're getting ready for the ball game. Coach, are you picking out the music this year? Because the last home game, the music was some interesting choices.
Yeah, I think we threw Averett for a loop. We decided our guys decided they wanted to warm up on our practice field and listen to whatever music they like to listen to these days. I said, okay. I said, well, it's about you guys getting focused and getting ready for the game. And so we left Averett over there at the stadium to warm up to I think we had some 80s country love songs And, a nice genre of music that would not be.
When Frank Sinatra hit with New York, New York, I knew that was going to be a really unique pregame.
Would not be related to getting them cranked up to play football, to say the least. So I had a lot of comments. People came up to me and said that's pretty classic and pretty funny. But, it's a fun environment. And, I want to say this, Martha always does a tremendous job, and it's always a pleasure. When you come into the office on Monday morning, you got an email from Martha, and she's always there pulling for us, regardless of the outcome on Saturday. She's constantly sending me newspaper articles when we're in the newspaper. And so, my hat's off to you, and we really appreciate everything that you do.
We appreciate what you and Phaedra do for our community.
Thank you. Martha, I want to mention, too, you and I have had some fun interactions over the years working with different alumni things. And what's interesting about this football program is that there's some guys that are kind of getting on up into their late 20s and early 30s and are into the workforce, and they're giving back to the college in a special way, even though the football program's not that old. These are some athletes that are coming in and really continuing to support the college.
Absolutely. They've been part of our Panther Club, and very active members of our Panther Club, which helps support activities for all of our sports.
Well, I don't think people even realize how important it is to give back to your institution, whether you went to any of the other local. But, of course, if you are a LaGrange College supporter, it's so important to give back just a portion of that which has been given to you, because those 4 or 6 years, however many years it took you to graduate, are important. They're foundational for who we are, and it kind of sets the path as we go forward. But having a chance to give back to the people that are younger than us, the next generation can come in and be a part of LaGrange College is really a special thing to do.
Exactly. We try to teach our students that when they graduate, to please give back, because they're only many get scholarships only because other alumni to help them. So I think it's important that we all give back to whatever we're involved with.
Exactly. So, Martha, thank you for joining us here for our show tonight.
Well, thank you for having us. We're just really excited about Rock the Hill, and please come and join us.
All right. Well, Matt and I'll talk more football in just a moment. Our thanks to Miss Martha Perkle for joining us here on the Matt and Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Great dining starts at Mare Sol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. Locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Mare Sol is here for you. Mare Sol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at maresolrestaurant.com. When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. Our thanks again to Miss Martha Perkle from Alumni Relations for joining us on the show and talk about things coming up in a couple of weeks. But right now, Coach, the thing that we're looking at with a lot of time to prepare is Huntington.
Yeah, the game getting moved up was a blessing for us as coaches, because, what people out there probably don't realize is, you win a game or lose a game, you go right back to work the very next day. And so Sunday is typically our day to put stuff to bed and then start working on the next team. And so the fact that we got to play this game on Thursday, we got back at 6 a.m. on Friday, slept a little bit in the morning, came back in the afternoon, watched Greensboro with the guys, got it out of the way, and then started game planning Friday night. Got back in Saturday morning, finished off the game plans for Huntington, and then actually got to practice and get ready starting yesterday for Huntington. So that that was a big advantage for our guys.
And we'll be going forward. And again, getting a chance for some of these guys to get some rest and make sure that they're going to be healthy coming up, getting some of the walk-in wounded back onto the field. Because, you've taken some pretty significant hits. You mentioned the linemen being out. Their names don't get called out on the radio near the ball game. They don't get all of the attention. But when your big guys down front go down, it really affects everything.
No, it is. And Tony Alexander going down was a hard loss for us. And, Jody Poole, who's a freshman who filled in for him, did a tremendous job against Greensboro. We'll have a big start this week against a great Huntington defensive line. And so we'll look to our other O-linemen to respond and help him out and use some of the running backs out of the backfield to kind of chip and help him out also.
We don't get a chance to talk about the JV program that much, but that's another reason why that's so important. Those guys have real game minutes. They're practicing, not just practicing, but they're getting on the field against other teams so that when it's time to say who's next, you've got some guys that are ready to go.
Yeah, it's all about repetition. Repetition breeds success. The more they do it, the better they're going to be, and that's anything they do in life, and that's kind of what we teach them, and a lot of the stuff that Martha talked about, this is more than just football.
Right.
This is growing young men up and trying to put them in situations to be successful, not only on the football field but also in life, and hopefully in 4 years, they'll go out in the real world and they'll have learned a lot in 4 years that will help them become great people.
Well, one of the reasons a lot of us love sports is about that overcoming adversity piece. Y'all had a tough loss the week before, but you pick yourselves up off the mat, you turn around, you put a new game plan in. You even have a short week thrown as an extra challenge for you, but the guys definitely rose to the occasion. Again, looking back at the box score, the first half had so much scoring in it, but then for your defense to pitch a complete shutout in the second half, that's just a testament to Coach Chambers and what they're doing over on the defensive side.
Yep, they've done a good job. And what we've talked about all year with this season is it's like a boxing match, and it's each game is a round, and so you got 10 rounds. And so, in a boxing match, great boxers don't always win every round.
Yep.
And so, but what great boxers do is when they don't win a round, they get back up and get ready for the next round. And so that's where we're at. We're 3-2, so we've won 3 rounds, we've lost 2. And, we had 2 tough losses, but, we're off the mat, and we're ready to get ready for Huntington. And I'm going to tell you, Coach Turk has done a tremendous job with that Huntington program. He's been there, I think, for 13 or 14 years. Last year they won the conference. They made it 2 rounds deep in the playoffs. They've been ranked pretty much all season this year. They were in the top 15 until they got knocked off by NC Westland. I think right now they're hovering around 26th, 27th in the nation. But they're going to be a tough opponent, and it's a rivalry game. So there's a lot at stake, and for our guys, it's just a matter of, like I said, desire and will. We got to go over there, and we got to take it to them from the first snap and get after it.
Sounds great. We'll talk more about that. We'll talk about a few more things coming up for homecoming again. But right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Have you eaten at Summit Grill? Well, then tomorrow is your day to enjoy some biscuits in the morning. And for lunch, grab the blue plate with 3 sides and a drink. What? You want hand-breaded fresh chicken? Summit Grill has it. Let's say you want to feed the whole crew. Large orders are no problem. Chicken with bone-in or chicken tenders, Summit Grill's got you covered. 2 locations on West Point Road next to Pegasus Parkway in LaGrange, or on State Road in West Point, Georgia, next to Frisky Whiskey. Come eat with us at Summit Grill.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports. Our thanks to you joining us. Don't forget to come out to Marisol on Monday nights, as we do have the show here at 7 o'clock each week. Coach, we're going to have a special guest next week.
We are, and I'm very excited about her finally coming on the show. I know she was supposed to be here a couple weeks ago. Gracie Atkinson, the young lady, the 9-year-old who has been suffering from liver cancer and went through a lot of chemo treatments and a lot of surgeries over the past 7 months, is going to be with us. And I tell you what, I'm so excited to have her on the show. She's an inspiration for me. She's been an inspiration for our team. Like I said earlier in the year, we wear stickers on the back of our helmets for her. Mm-hmm. And she is going back to school next week.
That's so awesome.
And so it is just so awesome to see how far she has come since February, getting that diagnosis, which for those people out there that don't really know about childhood liver cancer, it is very rare and it is tough to beat. And so she has beat it, and I don't think they've actually taken her report out yet, but they're close to doing that. But this little girl just is amazing.
Well, you in any activity, you kind of get down on yourself. You may feel bad, but then you realize this little girl is battling a life-threatening disease and overcoming it. And if she can do that, then we definitely got to get a little bit stronger and attack what we got going on in our lives.
No doubt, and I think it's been great for our guys because they've seen her, and they've got to meet her older brother, who's 11. And, again, you sit there as a college student, you think, oh, man, I didn't do very well on a paper, it's the end of the world, or my girlfriend broke up with me, it's the end of the world. And then you see a young girl who's 9 years old, and she's going through liver cancer, and her life is literally on the line. Right. And all of a sudden, all that stuff doesn't mean as much anymore.
And you still see the joy in her eyes, the excitement about life, and the hope of what's going to come.
Yep, she I tell you, it's just been a pleasure again to know her. And, Fader and I have been very blessed to get to know her and Noah and the mom, Summer. And just, to watch this young lady go through what she went through, I'm telling you, it was gut-wrenching. It was hard. I can't imagine how, hard it was for Summer, the mom, to just sit there in those hospital beds all those nights and watch, her daughter go through the chemo treatment. But, she was a fighter, and she did, and God pulled her through it.
We'll let's look back again at let's mention our players of the game because, again, two very familiar names in Josh and Marcellus.
Yeah, Josh Hardrick was our Hutchinson trailer special teams player of the game, and he had 88-yard return paired with about 25 yards of offense, all 3 catches, so he was over 100 yards multi-purpose. Marcellus Jackson was our Kemp's offensive player of the game with 7 catches for 141 yards and 2 tutties. And then Fabian Ryan and Demetrius Rogers were our BSN defensive players of the week. So, these guys, they just keep fighting and doing the right things. And as coaches, we just got to keep trying to put our guys in position to be successful.
Sounds great. Now, of course, y'all will travel to Huntington. How does the travel going to work out for y'all this week, barring any hurricanes?
Not far. So the beauty is we will travel on Saturday about an hour and a half. About 3 hours before the game, we'll get over there and get warmed up and hopefully give Huntington a heck of a fight.
Well, it should be a great meeting. Don't forget, the next week we'll be back home. It'll be homecoming for LaGrange College. Friday night, the concert at the Sweetland Amphitheater with Tonic and Driving and Crying. That'll be a great concert. I hope to be there. Then we'll have the game coming up. That's a 1 o'clock start, if I remember right?
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
2 o'clock start, actually, for the game in Montgomery with Huntington.
Well, it's 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. So, and then homecoming the next week is going to be a 1 o'clock start.
So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be looking forward to that. Coach, appreciate you joining us again from Marisol. Folks, continue to come out here. We got the Granger Gridiron Show coming on in just a little bit. And every Monday we'll be out here having a great time. We're hoping that the coach and his team can head them up to Montgomery, come back with another win. Again, the Road Warriors. This is kind of you got them right where you want them.
We've been good on the road.
Hey, let's always be as good as we can.
Yep.
Our thanks again to our folks back at the station, our folks here that make everything happen, that put us on the radio, and we'll see you next week on the radio.
Thanks for listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.